Let me start this camera. Put on my, hold on, be right there, everybody. I'm coming. Oh, that sounded bad, didn't it? Boy, that sounded like my honeymoon night, huh? Hi, everybody. It's me, Terry Jaymes, the host of the Terry Jaymes Show. This is show number 27 of 30. 4 more, including this, 27, 28, 29, 30. That brings us right up to just before Thanksgiving. Then I'm going to take some time off, learn some new technological stuff that I need to learn for season number 2. I'll explain more what's happening later on in this podcast about that. But thanks for being here. Bottom line, thank you so much for being here. Kind of cold out now in Seattle. It's that time of year. It's getting darker earlier and earlier. Pretty soon, it will start to get dark around here right around 3:30 in the afternoon. Pretty depressing, but not for me because of my schedule. I actually feel I could go to sleep. You know, I get up at 2:30 in the morning for the Lex and Terry show. So this is as far as that goes, in the colder weather and the rain and the gray, that's the one silver lining for me, is that I get to go to bed and feel like a normal person when I go to bed. But the holidays are coming up. Getting ready to do an 11-day cleanse from Go Cleanse, which I think I could use. I'll be honest, I've been eating a little too much Halloween candy. My neighbor Chuck, little kid, he has decided that he is wanted to decorate the hallway in on our floor here where I live. He's a good little kid. He's a good kid. And I grew up living in a condominium association, so I know how painful it can be. You don't have a lot of friends. You're not living where there's a lot of other children. There's no place to play. You can't be loud. You can't be a little kid. So he actually has been putting out Halloween candy right by the elevator. He decorated the area and everything, and it's really cute. It's really cool. And like I said, he's a great kid, and he leaves Halloween candy out there. So, of course, when I go in or out of the elevator, I got to grab one. That would be disrespectful, don't you think? Not to eat the kids' candy? So I've been doing that. Going to do an 11-day Go Cleanse. Thanks to Go Cleanse, by the way, for all their support as well. It's a good thing. So there you go. Today's show is dedicated to the Texas Rangers. Congratulations on beating the cheating Houston Astros. And yes, they are still cheaters to this day. They will always be cheaters. As long as Altuve's on that team, what a little bitch this guy is. But damn, is he a good player. What a little bitch. Sorry, you Astro fans. You've had it for quite a while, and the Rangers took you down in 7 games. Yes, I'm a Dodger fan. My Dodgers have been knocked out once again. I'm used to that. I'm starting to understand these fair weather friends now. Not fans. Fair weather fans is what I'm trying to say. I'm starting to understand these fair weather fans now. Look at what they have. You got your nights free if you're a fair weather fan. You got your weekends free. You're saving money. You don't have to buy all the packages to watch your favorite teams play. You don't have to do that. And if on the big weird chance that your team makes the playoffs, you just put on one of their jerseys and you check back in. I'm starting to think that I might be leaning toward that, because I do invest a lot of time in my sports. I love sports. I really do. And I take it a little further than just cheering for my team. I get not angry. I get disappointed. I let these guys and these players and these decisions disappoint me. I spend money. I waste a lot of time when I could be creating, when I could be spending time with my wife or going to the gym. I'm wasting a lot of time. I have a feeling that 2024, I might see what it's like just for a year as a trial basis. See if I can handle it. See if I can handle not watching games at night and going to bed with the Dodger game on or Lakers or whatever, you know. Football's easy because it's Sunday, but I'm not going to playing around and say, sorry, Sherry, I can't go to play pickleball, or I can't take a hike with you because I got to watch the Seahawks or the Jaguars or something like that. I'm getting very close. You know what? Right now, I just made the decision. I am next year, 2024, I am going to see what it's like to be a fair weather fan. There you go. All right, let's get going. On today's show, see, that's the way I make decisions. Let's let Larry from Cabas sing us getting things started. I got on the list here of what we have on today's show right there. Here we go. I want to hear this part. I scream at the top of my lungs. Today am going to go on a rant about how few people on social media are truly making a difference. Everything's just chaotic. Everybody's angry. Everybody's spreading lies and rumors and sniping at each other. How many people out there are truly making a difference instead of just blowing hot air around? Plus, I'm going to introduce you to the OG of creators. You're actually going to meet the OG of creators today. But first, the real reason people end up... Oh, I got to stop this. Plus, the real reason people end up in relationships. I was reading a survey today that said that people are choosing more and more and more not to get married. A lot of people are staying single, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm not here to promote marriage whatsoever. You do what you got to do. However, if you are somebody... And I'm qualified to answer this. I'm qualified to talk about this. I have been married for 30 years. Ups and downs, the whole thing. I get it. I understand the deep love and connection you have and you want to have in your life. I understand that. I understand having a ride or die with you. To me, that's so romantic. The bad times, I end up looking back and going, man, we got through that. And I'm not talking about bad times like someone so fucked up or anything. I'm just talking about the sadness in our lives, the loves, the losses, the ups and downs that life brings us. And you're taking a ride with somebody. I get it. But how does all that start? How does making a decision to spend the rest of your life with somebody start? And I'm going to shock the living hell out of you on this one. Bottom line, we just want to have sex with them. That's the absolute truth. You go from saying hello to somebody to thinking like, wow, I kind of like this person. Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I want to have sex with you. In your mind, both of you are thinking that. Hopefully, both of you are thinking that. I want to have sex with this person. So you do this little dance. You do this little courting, you do this thing, you learn a little about each other, you try to find certain levels of trust. If I could trust this person, are they going to post all my shit online? Are they going to do all this kind of stuff? Nowadays, you got to think about all that stuff. So you start thinking about that. But the bottom line is, I want to see you naked. I want to have sex with you. How quick can I go from saying, hello, nice to meet you, for you looking at my balls? Sometimes it's record amount of time. You know, sometimes it happens quicker than others. But that's just the way it is. That's the way the whole dance starts. And that's it. It's as simple as that. We are animals. We are animals. But what I don't understand is you go from, okay, I'm going to trust this person. Hello, nice to meet you. Here's my nuts. To then you start learning about each other. Then you start really opening up and trusting one another. And then you make a decision. This scary ass decision. And I don't know if it's because maybe it's tradition. We think we're supposed to be married or whatever, or that we don't want to be lonely. Whatever the reason is for you, you have your own reasons. I have my own reasons. But you make this decision to get married. I'm going to ask this person to spend the rest of their life with me. Or if you're on the receiving end, I have been asked to spend the rest of my life with somebody. I now am forced to say yes or no, a little yay or nay on you. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment. You say yes, oh my God, and it just doesn't work out. Things don't work out. Nothing is, predictable. I couldn't even find a word there. I'm getting all frustrated at this. But it's true. You make the decision to be with somebody. I want to spend the rest of my life. I'm going to go with those ups and downs that I had talked about. So you make this conscious decision to be with somebody, and then at some point, you become an asshole to them. You treat them like shit. I'm guilty of that. I've said some things that I regret. Sherry has said some things that I'm sure she regrets, much less than I have said. She keeps her cool pretty good. There was a time, a lot of the reason why I've done all this is because I just get angry and I get, I don't know what it is. It's not like I throw things or I'm violent. I just say some bad things and I think some bad things. My mind goes down a road like, oh man, I don't think she's into me. I don't think this is happening. How dare her disrespect me like this? I'm going to treat her like shit back, There's no need for that. You both made a decision, and you need to remind yourselves, we made a decision to be with each other for the rest of our lives. Let's stop being mean to one another. Let's not give each other any ammunition. Let's not, when the chips are down and when somebody maybe loses their life, who wants to remember the time that they called you a C word or something? God dang, man. If I could take back any of the times that I've misrepresented myself, because immediately after, I will say this about me. I'll say it because that's the way my mind works. I'll say it real fast. I'll try to kill a fly with a hammer, as we all know. But just as fast as that happens, an equal amount of fastness, it happens where I feel extremely bad about myself and regretful for anything that I've said. So there has to be a way that we remind one another we are in this together. And I don't know how Sherry and I have done it. We have talked about it before. I've talked about it on many podcasts before at night. One of the ways that I make this kind of happen was we'll lay in bed and almost every night, one of us poses a question to the other. And for those of you that have heard this tip, and it is a tip, I apologize for repeating it, but I think it's worth repeating. It started one night when I was just laying in bed and I had one of those horrible, flip out moments probably 2-3 days prior. And I'm still feeling bad because that's the way I am. I feel bad about everything in my life. But I was laying in bed and I kind of, reached over to her and I just said, hey, did I show you that I loved you today? Was I kind to you today? And the reaction that I got from her was so genuine that I was thinking, God, man, I may be onto something here because it's a great way to end the evening with one another. So we ask questions like that. Did I treat you kindly today? Did I respect you today? And some of the times the questions are fun. Like, hey, I had a wonderful day with you. We reinforce. I'm so glad I got to spend some extra time with you today. Having lunch with you today was nice. Take time to acknowledge the things that you do on a regular basis. Like having lunch with you today was nice. What was your favorite part of the meal? Or what do you want to do this weekend? And you end the day on a positive note. I think that that's one of the things that'll keep you going. But when you make a decision from, hello, here's my nuts, let's live the rest of your life together, it doesn't end there. You have to be, both of you have to really be into it. I have to come clean a little bit on something, and it's going to sound self-serving. Before we do this, what do you think of this sweatshirt? For those of you watching on YouTube, which a lot more stuff's going to be on video, which I don't understand why, but I'm going to do it. The sweatshirt. Do you see it? It secretly says, unfuck yourself. Can you guys see it? There you go. That's pretty good. Okay, anyway, that's just for you viewers. For you people listening right now, hello, hi to you. That's me doing ASMR for your ears. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes, self-serving. One of the reasons why I wanted to make a lot of money, and my main reason was, and I was focused on making money. I had this vision of a certain amount of money per year I was going to make, and damn it, wouldn't you know I hit it. I hit it, and it was a big deal for me. I should have visualized it lasting longer than it did. But nonetheless, I hit a goal. And it was really cool. But one of the main reasons and one of my main drive was I want to make a difference. I've always wanted to make a difference. And this stems from, I believe, growing up with hardly any money, although my parents hit it pretty well, but not well enough, because where I got this making a difference from was I remember seeing aunts and uncles coming over to the house. And my father was handicapped. He was in a wheelchair, everything else. And my mom had to take care of him and really didn't have any other skills, I guess, to take care of people. But other than that, but people would show up at the house and then leave. And I later learned out that they were giving our family money. And I figured that if I had enough money, I could help out family members, which I have in the past. But I also thought I could help out on a much bigger level. And that was my main reason, truly, for wanting money. I just wanted to make a difference in somebody's life. I guess that's a good thing. To a real reason to be motivated to have money, and my heart was in the right place for sure. But I quickly learned it's not about the money. It really isn't. It's there's so many other ways to make a difference. Your words can make a difference. I posted something online just the other day. And it's such a touching video. I actually saved it on my Instagram page. This girl's just sitting there talking to her family. I'm thinking she was maybe 11, 12, 13. I'm so bad at ages, but she was in there and she was sitting there having dinner looked like they were out to lunch or something. And, the camera caught her messing around with her little sister and just she was kind of acting like a badass. Well, that's what you want, type of thing. And then the person holding the camera said to that person, "You are so pretty." And the girl didn't even realize that person was talking to her. And she was a cute girl, and she kind of looked shocked, like, wait a minute, were you talking to me? And she said, who? She goes, I'm pretty? And the woman said, absolutely, you're beautiful. And the girl touched her heart. The little girl touched her heart and said, I'm getting warm. And it was one of the neatest things I'd ever seen. That made a difference right there in that child's life. I'm not about making differences in kids' lives over here. You know me, I'm not a dad. Thank God I'm not a dad. But it was a really neat thing that I saw. And if you have a chance to Google it and watch it and, try to find that whole thing out, because it is one of the more touching videos I've ever seen in a land full of social media trolling. It was a gem in there. It made me feel real good. In fact, I think out of all of social media, out of Twitter, out of Facebook or X, whatever you call it, out of Instagram, out of all the things, Threads, out of all the things, I don't think anybody's there to make a difference. I think maybe out of all the billions of people who are subscribers, either we're voyeuristic, we're just watching shit happen. We're watching bad things happen. We're doom scrolling. We're trolling. We're laughing. We're sending turd videos. There's nobody there that's making a difference. like 6 people. 6 people out of all the people on social media, I'm convinced are there to make a difference. Anyway, where am I getting at this? Oh, I apologize for my rant sometimes. But my point is there's so many other things you could do. Those words really change that young child's life. You know, I'm a slow learner here, man. I'm figuring this shit out right now. There are so many other things you could do. It doesn't have to be on a grandiose level. Just that simple compliment can really change somebody's day. But not just that, I bet that it made that girl's life. A donation. You know, you go back to the money thing, but it doesn't have to be a donation of money. It could be food you have left in your pantry. Could be leftover clothes and things that you never wear. Go through those and go give them away and feel like you're really giving to the universe. Give a hug to somebody who needs it. Give your time to some organization or just a family member who needs some extra stuff done. It doesn't have to be an organization or organized thing. Just make some sort of a difference. Give some flowers. If you have somebody in your life right now, and I should probably do this today, right? I mean, in fact, I'm going to do this. This is something I am going to do today. Sherry's been busting her ass. She's been working so hard, 2 jobs, making sure that we have health insurance. You know, she just works so hard, and it's very inspiring and very motivational. I mean, I don't want to lose a step. I do not want to lose a step. I want to equal her energy level or surpass it if I can. And maybe one day she could look at me and go, wow, that guy's busting his ass. But just flowers for no reason, something like that. I'll go pick up some flowers right now here in a few minutes and just have them ready for her when she gets home from work today. Just something just says, hey, thank you. You're wonderful. You are making a difference. I'm acknowledging you for making a difference. So I don't know. There's so many ways that you could help other people, and we choose not to for some reason. The benefits, not only for those people, but also selfishly for us when we give, you can't even measure them. I can't tell you how much I love doing this show, and I can't tell you how excited I am about season number 2, where the show is going to look completely different. You've been with me through these 30 weeks, these 30 different shows of basically learning how to do a show alone. And I like it. I like it a lot. It doesn't mean I don't want to work with other people. Trust me, there's a big downside to doing stuff alone. But I really enjoy it. I think I've learned a lot. I think it's made me a better broadcaster. I think it's made me better on the Lex and Terry show. I know how to show prep better. I know how to do all kinds of different things. I'm more excited about stuff. It's really hard to explain. Which leads me to the fact that I hope that you find something that you really enjoy doing. This creator economy, which I hate the term creator. I hate the creative. I hate that. It's just a bunch of punks trying to get out of work and get out of life. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back. And I don't like doing that too much, but I'm the OG of creators, man. I have been coming up with stuff for the Lex and Terry show alone well before all the other stuff that I was doing before the Lex and Terry show for 30 years. That's a bunch of different breaks a day. That's coming up with new ideas and new bits and new characters and new this and new that. Not just one a week. These guys are doing, I put together a 3-minute video that went viral. It took me 6 months to do it. Congratulations, you're making money on it. But is that really creative? I guess you are. Try doing what we're doing over here. Try coming up with brand new content, 3 breaks a day, 4 to 5 hours a day. Oh, man, you guys take yourself way too effing serious, these creators do. Really do. Like I said, I'm not stopping. I'm not going to stop. This is who I am. You could beat me down all you want. You could send me hate emails. You can support me, which so many of you had, and I really appreciate it. But in reality, all these ideas that I come up with, and I come up with them all the time, all night long. I'm writing things down. I'm constantly trying things. This right here is me trying something, and it seemed to have touched a nerve a little bit. I'm afraid to almost go to the next version of season number 2, where I'm streaming 2 shows live a week. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'm going to have some guests on. Maybe it's just going to be a real short podcast. Maybe some are going to be longer. I'm just going to see where it takes me. Because in reality, a very small portion of what you come up with, what you create, what ideas you have, and this goes for anybody, not just somebody who's on the radio or trying to write a movie or doing stand-up comedy or art or whatever it is, or writing a book. This goes to everybody. If you're trying to create a business, trying to create something, very, very few ideas that you're going to come up with over your lifetime, not just a week or something like that, over your lifetime are going to land. It's just the way it is. It is like how Major League Baseball players, you go to the Hall of Fame. If you're hitting 300 throughout your career, that means every 3 out of 10 times up, you get a hit. That means 7 times you're striking out, you're popping up, you're caught looking, you're embarrassed, you're hitting into double plays, you're losing a game for your teammates. That's, 300%. I'm probably hitting 130 right now, and I'm happy with that. And what we're doing, I'm telling you, you've got to just keep going. Like I said, a lot of these ideas just don't land. And you could blame, if you'd like to blame somebody for me being in your face too much, you could blame the people in my life who've made me stronger. The people in my life who encourage me and not sitting me down and go, Terry, you have to keep going for it. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't have many people like that in my life. I don't. And I don't need many people like that in my life. I am self-motivated. I do not need somebody to tell me to get up and do something. When it's something you love doing and it's something you love, listen, I know that this is a joke to a lot of people. Even people that love me are probably like, oh, there goes Terry dreaming again, until all of a sudden I hit it again. Then all of a sudden, hey, let's go to dinner. You're buying. Oh, God. Oh, I love people. I love life. And I love it when I have those little successes. I love taking people to dinner. So let's make this happen. But if you want to blame somebody, I am so blessed and so lucky to have people in my life that inspire me and drive me to keep doing what I'm doing. I am in no mood to stop creating. I'm not ready. I almost have called it quits a few times. Tell you the truth. I started writing something the other day about eventually hanging it up, eventually calling it quits. And I read it, and it looks like I was ready to commit suicide. It looked like it was my suicide note. And I went, I'm obviously not ready for this. So I love it. I can't wait for season number 2. There's only a few more shows like this waiting for you. And I appreciate you being here for these and supporting me and sharing them and subscribing. There's going to be a new show. It's going to be a new title. And like I said, I believe you're not going to have to resubscribe to anything like that. I think that I could go online and just change the title and change the logo and everything stays as is. But I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm having a blast doing it. So, and I hope that if you find something that you love doing, I hope you give it a try. And I hope you don't give up as long as you like doing it. You know, you'll know when you're doing something special when people start to shit on you. So here's to being shit on, huh? Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Terry Jaymes Show. Thank you so much for being here. And as usual, the only thing I'm really asking of you at this point is if something rang true to you, please share the show. If you know somebody who might be going through something I talked about and you think it might be able to help them, please pass this show along to them. At the top of my lungs, I would really, really appreciate that. But until next week, just have a, I'm tired of sleeping all day, party all night, wasting away, nothing is right, everything's wrong. Your love, it's got to...
Hey, you've been Irish goodbye.